Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Normally I edit out that part. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some clips from TikTok from some of our favorite fat acceptance creators, and they're going to be talking about flying while fat. Let's dive right in.
So I'm plus size, and we all know being plus size and flying is absolutely the worst. So here is my little hack for making it a bit less awful and hopefully getting you an empty seat next to you. So there are two parts to this. The first one is buying a fare, and this works in Australia, I don't know if it works everywhere else, buying a fare that lets you pick your own seat and purposefully going on and moving your seat around a couple of times in the lead up to the flight so that you've got an empty seat next to you. So pick your initial seat, then log on. If you've got someone next to you in that seat, move your seat somewhere else.
This sounds like a ton of work, dude. How much work goes into being overweight? You know, like, they're always like, all right, so here's what you got to do. Take the second elevator on the left, that's for larger people, and then you're going to go ask for a seatbelt extender, and then once you're on the plane, you're going to make sure that nobody's within a 5-foot perimeter. Like, I don't know, man, being overweight sounds like a lot of work, honestly. Sorry, there's going to be a lot of delays with me switching around on screens and stuff. It's not going to be as polished and quick as usual.
You're going to do what I just did, which is when you are checking in or dropping off your luggage, ask them if you are still in a seat with an empty seat next to you. And every time I've ever done this, the flight staff are so nice, and if there is someone in a seat next to me, they will move you if they can. If it's a
Well, excuse me, Your Highness. They'll move people sitting in a seat next to you. You sound like J-Lo. You're like, I want only green M&Ms in my bowl, all right? And everything must be the color white. I want white satin sheets, a white couch. All right, man, damn.
full flight, they can't do that. But if they can move you, every single time I've asked this, they will. Happy flying.
Well, what about me? What if I want empty seats next to me? I'm not obese, but I do hate everybody, like, to a crippling degree. My rage around other human beings could almost be said to be a disability at this point.
Could I get a seatbelt extender, please?
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's a full flight, but what do you know?
That'd be funny if you ask for a seatbelt extender and like, yeah, sure. They just hand you one of those ratchet straps like you used to tie down loads on the back of a friggin' like on the back of a truck. Oh, goodness.
So
All right, give me a second to check on the stream before we go to the next clip. Okay, good, it's working. All right, let's continue.
this is what it's like flying Jetstar as...
Oh, wait a minute. If there's copyrighted music in these, are they going to screw me for that? I can play a little bit of, like, just a tone in the background to fool the copyrights. Let's go. Hold on. Just a little ambient tone there. Okay.
The fat person. Step 1 is dressing in compressive activewear. I could hardly breathe. And you're going to debate whether to go and ask for a seatbelt.
You're going to wear compressive activewear because you're overweight and you like can't fit into the seat or whatever. It's ironic in a way when you think of it. Like, you didn't want to compress yourself before, but now you want to put on the shirt.
Extender. Also, could this issue be fixed by me not being so big? Absolutely. Would it make an entertaining video? Not so much. I didn't ask.
No, that's right. It would be a boring video if you're like, how to board a plane, and then you just go and get on the plane, there's no issues, and then you get to your destination and everything went nice and smooth. Yeah, that is a boring ass video, I agree. I need conflict, man.
For an extender because I got too embarrassed. But with a little hustle bustle it fit. I felt like I was going to decapitate my legs, but I got there.
Jesus Christ. So you're cutting off the circulation to your legs to the point where like it looks like you're about to pass out, or your legs are going to be severely impacted for the rest of your life after this.
There in the end. The next thing is to test the tray table. I was not expecting to be able to use my tray table.
Why? Oh, because your belly could be in the way? Okay, I didn't know about this one.
But in the end, it was okay. And I practiced how I was going to sit for the whole flight so I didn't encroach on the person next to me because I am thoughtful.
Well, I mean, you can try. I mean, there's only so much you can do, though. We're going to see another video where it goes more into, like, when you start encroaching on other people's space and whatnot. But, I mean, there's only so much you can do. Remember that video I made with Fat Arky, where she was talking about we're no longer gonna make ourselves small and talk quietly and dainty? And I was like, what? Did that ever work? You go into the room, she's like, hey boys, how's it going? Then you just shrink yourself down. If it were that easy, man, there wouldn't be a tyrannical diet industry making billions off of human suffering, would there?
And I decided this was the only way. Jake and I booked an aisle in a window because we like it like that. It was almost time to go and there was no one in the middle seat, so I was praying that it stayed that way. And it did, thankfully. I was so grateful.
I'm grateful for the person that would have sat there, more so. You know, they didn't sign up for that.
On the way back, that was a different story. This is...
Alright, so that was amazing, and you loved my commentary on it. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is not even funny. This is sad, honestly. Alright, here's Fat Fab Feminist. There's nothing even funny about this. This is just the sadder side of flying while fat on TikTok. It makes me sad to watch it, so let's all watch it and get sad. Whoops. The sound, damn you. Whoops, dang it. What's happening? Hold on. These things happen when you're live. Let's go.
When I flew an international flight, I was sat down next to a woman, and it was like, 2 seats. I was in the aisle, and immediately when I sit down, she looks at the flight attendant and was like, "Are you serious? Can you do something about this?" And basically makes me have my seats switched, so I'm not sitting next to her. And
yeah, dude, honestly, I feel bad for you right here. But I mean, what do you want the person to do? I can see it from both perspectives here. Honestly, that has to be soul-crushing, but what are you going to do? What is she supposed to do? Like, you sit down and then somebody comes and sits and half of their body comes into your seat. What do you expect her to do? Hold on. Okay.
that was one of the most humiliating moments of my life. And so obviously I try and avoid shit like that at all costs. So I try when I can to, get seats in like an aisle or a window when I'm flying. And I am now flying back from Europe to America. And at one point I'm going to be on a 10-hour flight. I have 2 flights. And
well, I mean, this just speaks volumes to the airlines, right? If you occupy more than the space between these 2 armrests, then you're going to have to pay for as much space as you occupy. If you're going over into a second seat or even a third, I mean, you're going to have to pay for those, and then nobody can sit there, and part of you can sit there. I mean, it sucks. It sucks for you, but it sucks for the people who just want to enjoy their dang flight.
And I'm in a middle seat for both of them, and I just called hoping that I can get switched. I wasn't asked if I couldn't get switched to a seat that isn't in the middle, and they were like, yeah, sorry, there's nothing we can do. And now I'm just kind of panicking, because
So now you're going to be in the middle, spilling out into two different people's seats, and it's really going to be embarrassing and uncomfortable for everyone involved. People have some strange priorities in some of these things, you know? They're like, yeah, I'm morbidly obese, but fat dating is a real problem. And you're like, wait a minute. You're like, I don't want to be mean, but you're like fighting a somewhat deadly disease there, and you're concerned about dating and the airline seats and all this other stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. Unless it's like in the sense of like all right, never mind. I'm not going to say any of that. See, we're live. We can't.
you guys really don't understand how much people suck when you're a fat person and have to sit next to them on a plane.
Well, no, that does suck. I mean, she's all like, really? And then looks at you like, do something about this. Like, yeah, that must hurt. But, dude, you have to see it from their perspective. Imagine you're just chilling over in the corner by yourself and somebody comes and sits on you. And you're like, all right, homie, I understand your feelings are getting hurt and everything, but you're literally suffocating me with your weight. I'm all hot now. Like, your sweat is on me. I could smell sweat, and it's not my own because I know the smell of my own brand.
They make you feel like
my sweat smells clean, baby. My sweat smells like clean eating and hard work, God damn it.
the most worthless piece of crap to ever exist, and it is like insulting that you would even have the audacity to like do a normal thing like flying. And now like I have to go home. I can't afford to buy 2 seats. That would be $1,500. I spent like all day yesterday.
Well, I mean, if you can't afford to take up 2 seats, then don't buy one. I mean, you have to think of it from the perspective of the other person. They didn't do anything to deserve you all up on their seat. What are you talking about?
Trying to not be in the situation, and again, this is
All right, if you can spill over into my seat, then I can sit with a baby on my lap, or my other kid too. We'll all squeeze into one seat to save a little bit of extra money. You know, with the way the times are going, times are getting tough. Maybe me and the whole fam could just squeeze into one seat. You know what I'm saying?
where I'm at, and like people are going viral on TikTok talking about like how they hope they don't have to sit next to a fatty on a fucking plane, and it's like y'all don't get how horrible flying can be as a fat person because of the people that you ultimately get sat next to. Like every interaction where I'm flying is so nerve-wracking. And not because of the seats that are going to cut off my fucking blood pressure, but because of the idea of sitting next to someone who just like...
All right, hold on, I'm going to pause this for a minute. Oh, someone sent me some money. Who did that? Nina, thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right, let's continue.
despises my existence for being big. Like, y'all really suck.
You really take that as somebody despising your existence for being big? You're all up in my seat, homie. What do you mean? People despise your existence because you're literally laying on me? I just don't like people up in my personal space, personally. I can't stand when people are up in my personal space. Like, that gets on my nerves more than anything. That grinds my gears like nothing else on this planet. So, like, if you just can't help but be in my space, either move over there or do something about it. Because once you start getting up in my grill, oh, we got a problem. I need to breathe, baby. And on that note, I believe we should take a commercial break, because I can just insert them in whenever I want. How wonderful is that? Isn't that sweet? The modern technology we have. All right, this next one, man. This is when they're trying to get all aggressive, honestly, and it's a little much, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, my air conditioner's running in the background, so I forgot to mention that initially. Oh yeah, I think I forgot something else initially too. Let us apply comb to mustache. 2, 3. Okay, only 3. If you do 4, dude, POV, when you board the plane early and then have the anxious 10-minute wait, praying no big people or children sit next to you. Uh-oh. This chick right here, her villain origin story. Wow, I just combined villain and origin. Edit that out. Oh, wait, we can't. All right, so her villain story apparently is getting triggered by people on airplanes. Go.
Just know that I am the level of petty. If I ever board an airplane and I see you sitting there praying.
If she sees you sitting there praying. All right, man. So if you're like literally praying to your higher power or whatever that no fat people sit next to you, make sure that you're not seen like actually doing this motion, because she'll see that and she'll be like, oh, I'm going right for you. What if the person is actually like praying for a safe landing? You know, somebody's like, God, please don't let this plane crash. I am so scared of flying. Jesus, please help us. And then you walk by and you're like, look at this mother sucker. I'm gonna sit right next to you. The person is all like interrupted by like being spilled onto. They're like, Lord, is that you, Jesus? And they're like, oh no, it's just this person. What the hell?
Big person, child doesn't sit next to you. I'm beelining for you. Just
okay. What if I was praying for you? What if I was like, Lord, help this woman. Please help her. And then you come and sit next to me? Because you think I'm trying to hate on you? Oh, you're making a lot of assumptions.
right there. All of this pressed up right next to you. I'm a chat. My kids are all going to be in that same aisle. All 3 of them.
How's that going to work? How many seats are in this aisle, dude? What the heck? Or do you mean like the same row? Like the planes I've been on, there's like 3 seats next to each other. You got an aisle, you got a middle, you got a window. How are you and your 3 children all going to be in the same place? You're going to sit them on your lap like I was talking about earlier? This is crazy. You're going out of your way now.
I'll give you pixie sticks.
You're going to give them pixie sticks. Oh, I swear to God.
Goals.
Alright, so we've learned a little bit about flying while fat today. We're going to call it right there, because that's about all we got time for on this glorious day. I wish that person wouldn't be so aggressive to other people just because they want to live their lives. You know, she's like, if I see you praying for anything, really, I'm going to assume you're praying because I'm overweight and you don't want me to sit next to you, and I'm going to come spill over into your seat. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.